Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Global Youth Talk Show. It's your girl. How are you doing?
Very well.
So my name is Kwaxi. I am a Swati girl with Zulu roots, and I'm joined by gorgeous people with opinions that I'm gonna make you love us. Right?
Yes.
Thank
Thank you so much for the intro.
Hi.
I feel so important.
Period.
I'm Yvette Brains, your favorite host, right here on this favorite top podcast that you will definitely subscribe to, that you will definitely comment on, and definitely click on that bell button so that you are the first person to actually view our next podcast.
Exactly, guys. You know, I'm the only guy in this podcast.
Yes.
So I feel like my introduction, it has to. So I have prepared an introduction. I'm
for
joking.
the first time.
I'm joking. My name is Itumele Muriba, but you guys can call me Itu or Itu where you at. Yeah.
And it's me, your girl, the Immaculate One, or preferably BK, just to keep it a bit formal, you know?
Ooh, love
But yeah.
that. Love
What's
that.
up? What's up? What's up? So it's the second episode,
Yes.
ladies and gents.
Yes.
The thorn amongst the roses.
Yes.
Are you ready?
We're
We are
ready.
very ready. We are very ready.
Okay.
I'm ready and I'm happy that we made it this far, guys.
Right.
Shooting the
Yes.
second episode, it
Yes.
means that we are committed into doing this.
True.
Of course.
Next-
And helping people to get the information from
Yeah.
us, by us. Not only that,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
obviously we are fact checking and all that. So
True.
Yeah.
Guess what? We have an audience.
Hi, guys.
Exciting. Hi. All right. So, firstly, what do you guys think of? Do you think mental health should be taught in schools?
Definitely.
Already.
Definitely.
So that is
Yeah.
the first topic.
Yes.
Diving right
We are
into it.
gonna
Yeah.
be deep
Okay.
and move on with it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it has to be.
Yeah.
Because remember, I don't know about you guys. Now I went to a public school. So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my school, I remember only high school guys. We
Yeah.
buried 2 kids who committed suicide. So that is a sign to show hore we need some sort of mental health education in our schools.
Yeah.
And that might not be even done by our teachers. They can hire social workers to come on a regularly, maybe Fridays or
Yeah.
maybe once a week
Yeah.
to come and educate the young ones about mental health because it's a serious issue, guys.
Yes. Yes.
You know, that's true. And it, as you mentioned that 2 kids actually committed suicide, you know, like it's, as much as it's important to also teach the kids, I think it's also important to also make sure that the parents are also educated in that
Aware.
manner.
True.
Because a lot of parents actually, they're like, if you're telling them that you, mama, I feel depressed, they're
They're
like,
gonna
what
tell
is
you
that?
It's your fault.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
like
understand.
so
Yeah.
also parents should be educated in that manner.
Yeah. I think because we're from black families, so mostly I know there's like a famous saying, Kaspedi ware, Mariking, mosadi o tshwara
Thipa ka bogaleng.
the mbokoto
Yeah.
thingy,
You
right?
hold it, but-
Yeah,
yeah.
it's because they always teach us to be very strong. And growing up, we always know that men are not supposed to express themselves.
Yes.
And the only way they could express themselves is only mabase machiten, but it's not that emotional because
Yeah.
they might think they are chickening out.
sassy.
Yeah.
But I think it's we have to just define what mental health is and what causes mental health.
Yeah.
And it could be from how our parents actually parent us, you know?
Yeah.
Like if by shout every now and
day.
then, it really affects you. And if maybe your parents are like really beating you from time to time, like it could be something that does a damage to your brain, you know,
Yeah.
and then it causes depression, you know, and then it can be taught in schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, like the effects of it, they don't come from the parents and all that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
understand, hore, as people, as we live, we encounter different challenges and opportunities in life.
Yes.
So some people, they might waste their time on trying to experiment so many things in life.
Yeah.
And then thinking, you know what, later I'm going to start taking life serious. And then when you reach that age, you find that now opportunities are less. And then when you look at your peers, they are far ahead of you.
Yeah.
So what you're trying to say is mental health is also caused by, you know, just being
Exactly.
behind.
Yeah, you can cause it by yourself
Yeah.
by not taking life serious, right?
Yeah.
Or even like, I mean, sometimes some people, when they're sick, they can be like, say maybe you have a disease or something, like you are sick,
Yeah.
and then you're not sick because it's a natural disease. You caused it for yourself. So when you think about those things, I could start regretting now in life. I shouldn't have done this and this and that. I could be fine.
Yeah.
So now that's where your mind start playing with your. I don't know how to explain it, but like that's when you get affected.
So, like, what do you think should be done if that's what you're saying?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's no
Mitigation?
what.
Mitigation, like preventing the situation?
Exactly, or maybe like the education, guys, the way we speak. I mean, like the adults, I feel like they have to help us navigate this life thing. And Gerobona, they have experienced so many things in life that we haven't experienced. So
Yeah.
when they see us wasting our time or doing things that are unnecessary, thinking that we're gonna catch up with time, they have to
Yeah.
be like, yo, bro, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, how can some of those adults help us? Because they also don't believe that mental health exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's some parents who don't believe that mental health is a thing.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a topic that people you have to throw it underneath the rug. You
Yeah.
don't talk about it. It
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like if you tell someone that I'm suffering from this,
And we
then-
self-diagnose
Yes,
ourselves.
yes,
You know,
and you're
there's a
like,
lot of people that
true,
say
true,
they
true,
are
true.
depressed, they have anxiety
Yes.
and some sort. But I actually think, Guguti, anything can really cause depression
Yeah.
and anything could just make you anxious.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It really begins from childhood. You know, from growing up like a less advantaged background could make you suffer from mental health. And as much as maybe I might have tried to just live in the moment and then later on I regret, like sometimes I'm trying, guys, it's not working out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, but the mental health just kicks in. And then also, black people don't encourage speaking one-on-one. Every time I try to speak to my mom about it, she was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
about it. She doesn't give me any
What you want to hear,
Yeah,
what
what
you
I
want
want
to
to hear.
Mm.
But then if I now approach someone that has a qualification,
Yeah,
like
true.
a social worker, they can actually advise me on how I can handle
Okay,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, but then you have to remember, guys, like you ask the question and say, like, can you please ask that question again?
Should mental health be? Should it be in schools?
Yeah.
Like be
Should they
taught? Yes.
educated?
Can kids be educated regarding that manner and why?
So we have to remember, guys, hore, education doesn't only begin and end in school. Even
Yes,
at churches, right? I mean, I get Sunday
schools,
Sunday
yes,
schools and
yeah.
whatever. So that is where education can be transferred to these young kids.
Yes.
And not only that, you spoke about parents. They
Yes.
don't know or have this knowledge of mental health, whatever.
Yeah, banalibumbawoto, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Banalibumbawoto, like they always want us to fight through situations, but guys, some things just want you to cry and just
and you
talk
can't
about
be
it with
strong
other people.
sometimes.
Yeah, like
You
you
just
can't
wanna
be
cry.
strong. Like, why should I be strong if I have like an abusive husband? Why should I always be like a woman oyimbawoto when
Yeah.
you know someone is just
Everything is
abusing
just
my
falling
rights? I
apart,
need to talk
yeah.
about it. I need to cry about
Voice
it,
it
and
out.
I always don't want to hear the advices that you think I want to hear, but I
Yeah.
want to hear it from
The
like a
real thing,
professional
yeah.
person that would
Yeah.
help me move on, because we can
no.
talk about it, but it cannot be solved sometimes.
No,
Yeah.
Yvette, no, you spoke about something, and now you're speaking about GBV, right? So if you speak about that, we don't have to wait for another person to tell you, or speak to
No,
another
but
person.
remember, it's black families. How many people have been abused and they are told, no, you need to go back because this is your
This
husband.
is your husband, you
like you
married
need to
him.
go
Yeah,
back.
I've
And it's
seen
black
that.
people
I've seen
and
that.
maybe other white families, but I speak for black people because I'm a black person. But I've heard so many situations where people are being abused, but they still go back because mosadi etsang, o tshwara thipa ko bohaleng.
Ah. Well, now I disagree with that because remember, guys, information, especially speaking about GBV,
Yeah.
it's everywhere, guys. I mean, even on television, when you're watching your favorite soapy, they're speaking about it somewhere.
Have you
somehow.
ever been in love?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been in love?
I
have you
have.
ever experienced? Okay, back in the days, no, Nalidi Kotane, right?
Okay.
Do you remember how people
is
the
it,
Kotane?
Kotane?
It's Kotane.
Like,
Oh, like
Yeah,
this,
those
Kotane.
Kotanes.
Okay,
Those
okay.
I know those boys would date more than one girl, but you would find the girls fighting for this guy and still getting back to them, even though they were ill treated. It's because why? It's love, guys. Love will make you go back to the guy who was beating you up,
I mean-
and mental health will catch up with you.
Okay, let me ask the young one here. What do you think?
about the love
Yeah,
situation
yeah.
or like
and mental
No,
health?
it's
Mental
just the
health,
mental
yeah,
health.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly concur with everything that you guys are saying. Well,
Yeah.
most of what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
It ought to be taught in schools, you
True.
know?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are not aware of the things that are going on in their own minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and uthola ukuthi ama surroundings wakho, sorry, you find ukuthi your surroundings, you know, they could also be playing with your mind.
Yeah,
and
true,
if you
yeah.
if you're not aware of what's going on around you, you will not be able to navigate your way through life.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I think like start teaching these kids from a young
From a young
age,
age is very
yeah, like
important
about
as well.
mental health and
Yeah.
being aware and being able to communicate.
Yes.
You know, like when
Yes.
something is wrong, you'll be able to
tell
be
it.
like,
Mhm.
listen,
You voice
like
it
talk,
out.
yeah, you voice it out,
Yeah.
like at an earlier stage before it gets to that level.
But obviously,
Yeah.
with a respectful manner. Also,
Yeah.
speaking on parents, especially this generation, we are the new parents now.
Yeah, we
you
are.
know?
Listen.
And I feel like we are woke.
We are woke,
know
yeah.
what is going on
Exactly.
Yeah,
amongst us,
true.
you know? And, you know, there's this thing that, I don't want to say my friend, but like an acquaintance of mine once said to me that, dude, train your parent.
Yeah.
You know? I feel like we've reached the point where some things
Yeah.
we know better than our parents, you
Exactly.
know?
No, you're absolutely
And
right.
we, as this generation that knows better, we ought to, I think we should reach a point where we're able to sit our parents down and say, Ma,
Yeah.
look,
And exercise
you know,
communication.
exactly. And
Yeah.
hopefully with their patience and, you know, with, if you come obviously with a respectful manner, because you know how parents are, yeah, you're talking back, yeah, you're
Yeah,
disrespectful.
yeah.
So obviously you need to be assertive about it.
Yeah.
Don't go and be like, yeah, mama, wait, you made me feel like this. You made me feel like, you know,
Oh, yeah, no,
like
yeah, true.
approach it in a manner that would make her want to sit down and listen to what you're
True.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because just because you're shouting, it doesn't mean you're winning an argument.
Yes.
So, you know, you need to get to a certain point where you
Yeah.
meet them halfway and they meet halfway with you as
True.
well. And also train them, because one thing that I've noticed is that, for example,
Yeah.
if a child grows up in a house where the mom doesn't know how to say thank you
Yeah.
or please,
Yes.
the child is going to pick it up.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
So
true,
if
yeah.
you as a child, you know, you start, you know, training your mom like in the background, you know,
Yeah.
you start like, oh, thank you, Ma, I appreciate what you
Yeah,
did for me
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
They'll pick it up and they'll sense it because,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, you
Communication.
telling me, Uguti, if someone was to do something for you and they don't say thank you, you telling me, Uguti, you wouldn't notice it.
Please, I will tell you, please
Exactly.
say thank
Yeah.
you.
Exactly. So it goes to show that parents are also aware of what is
Yeah.
going on. You know?
Yeah.
So
And-
speaking of that though, like what you're trying to say is mental health can be prevented.
Not
What I'm
prevented
saying
in
is
the
that,
sense,
like,
but
We
you know
need-
what I'm
we need
touching on? I'm
education,
touching
yeah.
on the part where this generation, like I think she asked, can parents, you know, the ones that were raised with Mbokoto mentality,
yeah.
can they be educated on these things,
Yeah.
or how can we educate them on
Yeah.
these things?
Yeah, we-
that's
yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
was basically touching on.
Yeah.
And touching on that, I think also growing up, we also, I know it's still happening,
Yeah.
and we can't really prevent it. But there's instances where, because our parents didn't really teach us how to communicate,
Yeah.
which also caused us to have these heavy mental health that we're dealing with now.
Yeah.
It could be instances where, like, a child is raped, but then they can't express it to their mother because they think umama shout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
mama's
that
gonna
causes
say,
heavy mental
True,
health
yeah.
and depression, and that it could even affect me in my life decisions because
Yeah. Yeah.
I have trauma, but I
Yeah,
can't
true, yeah.
communicate about it because one,
mama
at
don't
school
shout.
there's no one to even talk about
Yes,
to
yeah.
talk to. Charity begins at home. You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
true, yeah.
But we also just need to make sure that even in schools, if I can't find it at home, because not every parent is gonna adapt to that. Some parents are very a
They're
tough nut,
hot-headed.
Yeah.
you know. But at least at school, if it's taught, I can approach someone and
Yeah.
talk about,
And know
you know,
how to
Yeah.
deal
yeah,
with it.
and,
Yeah.
and release.
And
So-
you're right about that. You know, like sometimes we forget that our parents grew up in a different time.
Background,
Yeah, like with us, we have like mental health, it's a thing that everybody talks about now.
Yeah.
Like it's not a taboo subject. So it's like an open thing. So like we need to also be mindful of that when it comes to parents.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
to the people at home, like this is a serious issue, guys. Like, if you know that someone at home or someone that you know, either a friend or a colleague, like, if you can see those signs of someone who's depressed in him or her, try to approach that person and seek appropriate help for them so that they can defeat the mental health issue that they are
And
facing.
also
Yeah.
touching on that, it's very important we check up on our loved ones.
Yes.
Because uthole ukuthi, I'm someone who can't open up unless I'm asked to open up.
Oh.
Yes.
Personally.
Yeah.
So if you don't ask me what's wrong, I will still smile and put on a facade, and you think I'm
definitely.
okay.
And tomorrow you commit suicide.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness.
You know,
yes,
and
it has
it's
happened a
mostly
lot.
like that. You
Yeah.
know, you think ukuthi umuntu right, kodwa
Yeah.
inside
Yeah.
makafika
Yeah,
endlini uyakhala.
Yeah.
Uyabo?
No, that's true,
So
yeah.
it's very important that you take out the time to be like, hey, Chomi, I'm just checking up on you. How you doing? Uthole ukuthi that person was at their breaking point and they needed that call
yes,
to
definitely.
let
Yeah.
everything out
Yeah.
and pour it out to you. Even
Yeah.
though you're not that professional help, but
Yeah,
at
but
least
they
that
can,
weight is
yeah.
off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
that's so
Yeah.
But then,
So-
speaking of that, also, you
Yeah.
guys have to give like a platform to men to voice out their issue.
Definitely.
Yes.
Because I feel like, I mean, a lot of
Definitely.
men have already communicated that they are partners, they don't give them that platform to speak out. And even if they speak, or maybe like you give them a platform to speak out,
Yeah.
later in stage or later in life, you use that against them.
Against
So,
them. True.
and then
True,
in
true,
future,
true.
they don't want to speak.
They don't want to open up
or
anymore.
talk
yes,
to you
yes, yes,
because they know that
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
use
use it
their-
against
their
them.
vulnerability
So
against them.
don't be that person. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Also, just to touch it up. So, let's say in instances where I know right now mental health is not being taught at school,
Yeah.
but most of the people are getting through it by talking to their peers or people that they know. So, in instances where people need professional assistance and they can't afford therapy because it's too expensive, what can they do? I have one advice.
They are
I
free.
vent to Uber drivers. I'm
Love
very
that.
guilty of that. I vent to Uber drivers. As soon as I get into the car, I get to the back, I'm like, namhlanje, there's this guy who did this, this, and this, and I
Yeah,
get
yeah,
it out.
Yeah.
As soon as
Yeah.
I get off that car, he will never see me again.
Yeah.
But I've
Oh, yeah, true,
offloaded
yeah, yeah.
stuff on my chest.
Yeah.
What are other ways that we can
No, there are
actually
professionals that do like therapy pro bono.
implement? Is it?
Yes, it's
Where
just,
can we find those?
you just have to check, but there are people
Yeah,
who do that.
I mean, I
Yeah.
think our crew is gonna do something about it. Probably, maybe they might put the number at the bottom of the screen where
Yeah.
people can find help.
Yeah.
Who are going through like a mental health issue thing,
Yeah.
or if you know someone who's going through that, then you can take the number and call those people so that you can get immediate help.
So, do
Yeah.
you guys think that traditional family values are losing relevance in the modern society?
Yes. Very much.
Definitely, definitely.
And do you think that the youth is respecting the family structure?
I don't think so.
Okay, can I say something, guys? I feel like traditional values are being lost, ne?
Yeah.
But there's only one thing that hasn't lost value. In fact, it keeps on gaining that value, ne?
Yeah.
You know what is that thing?
What is
What is that?
Lobola, guys.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, we are not coming there.
I mean, well,
Topic of
touching
a-
on Lobola, but Lobola
Another-
has now become a business, not to offer
No,
employment.
no, no,
Exactly,
I'm
so that's
topic
why-
of
But like we
another
make
story.
quotations for the renovation in the house and we charge umkhwenyana ukuthi azokhona ukusakhe lezi indlu. It's becoming a business.
Exactly. So everything is losing value,
Oh,
but
sorry.
Lobola. Yeah.
No, but the thing is, like how we grew up, right?
Yeah.
We were taught to say like family structure. It has to be a mom, a dad,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that the kids can actually grow up because the boy child is gonna learn from the father,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the girl child is gonna learn from the
the
mother.
mommy.
But we
Yeah.
don't see it happening now. Like we
No.
see, we have like. Some of us were raised by single parents. Some of us were raised by single dads. So
Some
it's
by siblings
some
even.
some by
Yeah.
siblings.
Child-headed homes,
Yes.
yeah.
So it's like yes, that's how we grew up.
Yeah.
Like two parent home, but it's changing.
Yeah, it is
like so,
changing.
I mean, like what we had like instantly, it's not what we are going through right
Yeah.
now. So it's. Yeah, it is changing.
it is
So we
changing.
can say it's changing.
No,
Yeah.
it has changed a
Yeah.
lot. It has changed a lot. I mean, like,
Drastically even.
judging to the way I was raised, ne,
Yes.
and to how maybe you guys have raised, I know there's so many things that you guys have done growing up that I haven't done. For example, traditional values are carried out to the next generation.
Yes.
Speaking about, I want to make an example about ancestors and all that. Now at home, we never done those things. I
Yes,
didn't
yes,
grow
yes,
up practicing.
Umthakato.
Oh,
You're sorry.
Whoa.
I'm so
my
sorry.
goodness.
My bad. I'm not Zulu. I didn't know what that meant. Like, I thought Uguti. Like, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Like, to the people out there. Like, I didn't mean it like that.
Okay.
I think, does that mean witchcraft?
It is.
Allegedly.
I'm so sorry.
But
Disclaimer,
no.
my bad.
But
I'm so
but
sorry.
then, for me, to back you up, I feel like the very same people that we go to and consult to, they're the very same people that can do the takato thing that you spoke about.
Yeah.
So I feel like you are protected. Have no worries.
Yeah, that was
I mean, it's
I'm
your
so
opinion.
sorry.
At the end of the day, it's your opinion.
No,
Remember,
it's just a misunderstanding of words. I'm not
Yeah.
Zulu, so I didn't know. I thought Umthakato is like
we forgive you.
You understand?
Okay.
I feel like there's nothing to forgive. Like for real. I get like people do criticize Christian or the Bible thing or God or whatever. And they can say whatever they want to say about it. And then nobody's there to even defend it. Or there's like a very few people who are there to defend Christianity or anything that has to do with the Bible or whatever. So now you said whatever you said. That's your opinion. Stand by it. If that's how you feel that way.
Yeah, so you mentioned something that is being done. You know, like how families, some of them, they do like those traditional stuff. And you know how we as the modern society, we do not believe in those stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like how does our future look like? Because we are those type of woke people, like we don't do this. Like in terms of, you mentioned lobola.
Spiritual, yeah.
Like some of us don't believe in
Yeah.
lobola. And it's one of the things that traditionally families do, you know, like
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah, I think from back in the days, they used to do arranged marriages.
ooh.
But I think also the concept behind that would be to make sure that you are in a stable home, you get kids, and move on with life. And that's why most marriages from the past have lasted till this time.
Yes, because you have to be in
Yes,
brotherhood.
but we are very instant in our connections.
True.
We are more of like a physical attraction type of thing, and to a point where we date a lot of people prior to our marriage. Hence, we get to a point where we have lost so much that we don't even want to get married. That's why we don't believe in the whole concept of lobola, because they've turned
What's
it
the
into a business as well, and some sort of stability. And man, these days also don't want to get
Charlie.
married to someone who doesn't work.
Exactly.
Right? And there's
true.
people that actually just get married just to get some financial stability.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so there's a lot that goes into how we have changed the old, you know,
Yeah.
Old tradition.
yeah,
I mean,
old tradition to the
Not
now.
only that, when I'm speaking about lobola, I mean, like we as guys, we are busy there. We are checking how you ladies are living, right? So looking at the lifestyle that you guys are leading and the price that we know that at home they're going to charge you like,
Do you think I'm depreciating? A person doesn't depreciate.
doesn't.
Unless I have a
know.
person, unless I have
depreciate
kids, then you might
No.
say something, but I don't depreciate.
No,
Exactly.
you do not, but your choices can affect me or our marriage.
Okay, let's say I don't have kids, but I've been wild. I've been partying, making sure that I go out, and I like things.
Yeah.
Do you think you can't pay 80,000 rand for ilobola?
If you can't bear kids, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying I
doesn't
don't
have kids.
I don't
Oh.
have kids because
Yes.
he's speaking as if we lose value by doing some of those things because now we have to weigh their lifestyle and the amount of money that they
Guys,
charge
you
for
have to
ilobola.
understand. You have to understand, Hore. You as a lady, you're not gonna marry yourself. It's me, the guy, who's going to make a decision. So that means I, as a guy, I know what I want in a woman. So you can't tell me, Hore, you are losing value or you are not losing it. Yes, you're not losing it as a human being. I mean, your life doesn't have a price tag, but then, what I require of a woman, I know, Hore, this one, she's deserving to be married by me.
Okay, but now with the standards that these people or the elders have put, you know, to say, yeah, a wife, she should be a virgin, she should not have kids, she should have education, this, that, and the other. Now, what's up with the people like girls who come from underprivileged homes, who come from homes or societies where they're taken advantage of?
Yeah.
You know, Utologuti, she was only 14 and she was molested.
Yeah.
Now, now,
Yeah.
what about those people? Now, what
Yeah.
happens with them in the future?
Guys, I'm
Do you
not saying
understand?
hore. When I say, guys, understand me. I'm not saying hore. As people, we don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
Or a lady isn't supposed to make mistakes.
True, yeah, I hear you.
Yes. But then, some of the mistakes, some of the things we can't even say it's a mistake. I mean, it's a choice. Come on, guys.
Yeah, angali, but like there's always a second chance. We have to operate on grace.
Exactly.
The Bible also says that we have to exercise
Yeah,
grace. Now, yes, I have a kid. I got my kid at 16. I broke my virginity
can't do
then. This
anything
guy
about
ditched me.
it.
But now I'm living right. I have a job at KFC. I'm now working for my child. I'm like really retrieving what I've lost.
Yeah.
And then
That's
you
very
come
good.
and say, yeah,
Ah,
you're
you're
not
not-
worth
you're
of
not worth it.
50,000
No,
rand.
I don't think if you are leading that lifestyle, say maybe in your hometown, I don't know it, like let's say in Tembisa, and then I also stay in Tembisa, and then you and I, we party together, we do whatever. There's no way I'm gonna pay 80,000. 80,000 to you?
Do I depreciate?
No way.
That's
no, you
the
didn't.
question.
No,
Do
you,
I depreciate as a person?
No, a
Understand.
person doesn't depreciate.
Yes,
you know,
that's what
like,
I said.
Like taking it back to like family traditions,
Yeah.
right? Like for this instance, your lobola, right? Like it's one of the things that you like. I've always talking to the elders and be like, guys, like why do you do lobola and stuff? But
Yeah.
like trying to change the narratives. But the thing is, do you guys think that as much as we try to change the narrative, because now there shouldn't be a lobola because it feels like you're buying a person, but back like according to tradition, you know, like they're like it's not gonna change. It's
Yeah.
still gonna be there, whether we like it or not. So like I'm saying, as much as do you guys think? Really think that like us living in a modern society,
Yeah.
like modern peoples, that within can we still change society? Because as much as we try and fight it, it's still happening till this day. Like
It's too late, guys.
Like if
That's
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
too
it's
late.
very
it's
much
still
late, eh?
happening
Yeah,
till
it's
this
still
day.
It's
Yeah.
too late. So I don't expect to see any change, guys. I don't want to lie.
Yeah.
I really don't want to lie. And then I want to clear myself. I don't hate women who have a history or whatever.
No, you don't
Whatever.
hate women.
I really don't. All I'm saying is that, guys, remember back in the day, if you talk to your parents, they will tell you, Hore, if I arrive at home before 6, hey, but don't trap.
Yes,
Whatever.
true,
So
yeah.
that means your parents were trying to keep you safe
Yeah.
and protected for the right time. You understand?
Oh,
So
yeah.
now there's gonna be that kid who's gonna leave Atsoka Lefestere and come back. Those are the mistakes that you're making as a kid or whatever. And then
Yeah.
those mistakes are forgiven. But now you are grown, fully matured, and you go and do things. Tse le hore le nna I'm looking at you as itumeleng, re phela ba
Yeah.
botlhoko kasi, and then I have to come ko geno, ko ntsha 80,000. Come on,
Yes.
guys.
Hi,
No,
guys.
no, no. So,
80 I'm
all
worth
right.
of 80,000. Can I
All
have a
right.
degree, mos? I guess that's what they say during Lobola. Umtanetu has a degree. Umtanetu
Yeah, and
has
then
a
they
good
count all
job.
of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
like why?
Yeah, so people have to be forgiven, and everyone is deserving of a second chance as long as you
Yeah.
change. If you change, then
Yeah.
you deserve
Yeah.
the second chance. But there's so many things, guys. We can't only speak about lobola.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
true,
we
true,
spoke
true.
about like well, I don't want to use that word, but like ancestors and whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I get
ancestral
that
practices,
tradition
yeah.
is
It's
being left
traditional.
behind. I mean, now if I can speak about myself, I have two sides of families.
Mm-hmm.
My mother's side of family, they don't believe in those things.
Mm-hmm.
And my father's side of family, I'm not so sure about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like somewhere here and there they do practice. I'm not really
Mm-hmm.
sure about it. So I'm like caught up in between. So whatever that they are trying to do on that side of my father's side, it's difficult for me to even want to do it, because I don't do it because I want to do it. I'm doing it because of them. But to even tell the truth, I don't even try to do it.
Yeah.
I don't even try to do it. So that culture, guys, it's going to disappear sooner or later, because
I don't think
imagine
so.
now,
No, but the thing is, we don't do it. Right?
Yeah, what do you
No,
think
guys,
is going
I
to
don't
keep it
think
out
so.
there?
Yeah, who's
You
gonna
mentioned
keep
a
it
point
alive?
quite important earlier, that if you teach a child to be grateful and show gratitude from an early age, they will tap into that culture. So if, for instance, I've met people that grew up in a Christian family and they've been practicing Christianity throughout. They don't even tap into traditional, practices.
Yes.
But there's those that grew up, vele kuyahlatshwa kubo, kunomsebenzi. Whenever someone passes away, they go. And as Christians, we don't do that. But I don't think we'll ever deviate from that because there's people that have been groomed that are still grooming other generations, It might not be something that's getting too popular, but I know this generation that are still currently raised. I don't think it's gonna completely be shut down.
Now, all I can say is that do whatever that works for you. If you believe that this is what you want to do, you want to practice ancestral, whatever, do it. And if you want to be a Christian, follow the Christian lifestyle and whatever, also do that.
So we can agree with it's either or.
Yeah.
So
But also, abazali bethu from the back in the days
But
before we got
also-
colonized and stuff. So
But also, abazali bethu, I don't really think they're doing a good job these days. It's all about people my age. They can't even speak their native language.
they
You know what I
yeah.
mean? They only speak
But
English
isn't
at
that
home.
us? Because
Yes, it
mostly
is
they
us.
speak
And then now, if we don't know how
Tina.
to speak it, how are we going to teach it to our kids? Do you understand? That's what I'm saying, Guti. At some point, we might deviate from that route to say that these traditions
Okay,
are
you
going to be
make a fair
kept.
point.
And also, how many of us go emakaya in December?
I go to Makaya. I just
I
wait.
last
Like
went in 2008.
Danko.
My point
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
2000. Was that the last time you
2000
went?
Yes. Yes, I was.
Oh my word.
But I had a very profound reason.
Well, we
You know,
love
like,
that. But then now we are evolving.
Yeah, but I don't think it will be
Like,
completely
yeah, I'm not
shut,
saying
Shem.
we're
Yeah,
just gonna.
it's not gonna be
Especially when it comes to
completely shut,
spirituality,
Yeah.
guys. The ancestral stuff are very quick. They are not like Christianity. Tina, vele we have to fast and beg. You know, with the ancestral, bayashesha labantu lama, yes? Bayashesha.
I don't know.
It-
like,
it-
each to their own. Each to
Yeah.
their own. Yeah.
Now what I can tell
yeah.
you guys, I feel like people, both sides, like people who practice ancestor and then people who don't, who practice like Christianity.
Beliefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll find that those who practice ancestral things, they do it because they want luckies and whatever. Even those who go to church, they go there for the blessings and whatever, miracles and what.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, what are we gonna lose traditional values because of that? We don't do them because we love them. We do
Do them
them
because we want to
We want
benefit
something.
something.
gain
from
something
it,
out of
yeah.
it. You
Yeah,
understand?
the big
So
thing is you believe you're gonna get something. That's what's required.
What's going to
But
for you
Dilulu
there.
is the
Yeah, you
Silulu.
just need to believe that you're gonna get luck from doing this. Then
so
that's
now
just
you're
go
not
with it.
practicing because this is tradition.
Yeah,
you're
you're doing
this.
it for your own
You're
selfish
doing it for
ambition.
something. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm saying, Hore, maybe your kids now you're gonna show them how we're doing it, but they're gonna see, Hore, when are you doing it because you wanna gain something out of it? So to
Yeah.
them it won't even make sense. So that means tomorrow they won't even do it.
Yes. Sorry, just to wrap this up now. Also, there's this thing that I'm thinking right now. Uguti, back in the days, the man is the head of the house.
Yes,
The
yes,
man
yes.
provides.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
we have females being left behind to handle the chores, make sure the
Yeah.
kids are being raised. So, what do you now think of women who are being hyper independent women? I know I am one of those women, and it's so not easy to submit because I'm earning more than my partner.
partner.
So now the traditional values are like also imbalanced because I can't submit to you if
feel
you
like-
are making more.
Yeah.
I
So
feel like
know,
it has to do
I'm
with the
being a
way you're
provider, Pele.
raised.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the way you're raised.
But I think like if wait, say something.
all right.
I'm
so
still thinking. I'm bringing myself together.
Yeah.
all right, guys. So this is what I'm thinking. I mean, you've already stated it, Hore. Now you're earning this amount of money, and now I'm earning a small amount of money. And then when you come back home from work, you think, Hore, you can call the
Boss me
shots
around, yeah.
the same way you are at work.
Yeah, but-
Whereas,
yeah.
whereas now I'm the head. I am your head. You have to come to me and say,
Yeah,
Yeah,
but women
Boba.
don't do that. Women don't do that
Yeah,
anymore. That's why
so-
they don't even get married, right?
exactly. It adds to the point, Hore, we are losing traditional
Yeah, we
values.
are.
Not only that, guys. Now I'm a big believer in Bible, guys, and the Bible
Yeah,
speaks a lot about men being
Being the
leaders,
head.
being heads, and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. So it means when you are, I forgot the word that I wanted to use. Like you are almost like going against what God has already put in place, saying,
Disobedience.
this is how you guys are supposed to live. I understand. That's why now we have a lot of divorces and whatever.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
women, they don't want,
They don't
guys,
want to
I don't want to
submit.
lie to you.
No, but I don't think.
There is no man
Yeah.
who can be happily married in a marriage where there is no respect.
Yeah,
Even
true.
if it's a relationship, guys.
Yeah.
There is no man who can obey to a woman or submit to a woman and say, yeah, mama. There's no way, guys.
I also have something to say regarding that. So a lot of women, in instances where they're making much more money, so the dignity of a man lies in his pocket. So if his pocket is not deep, that man is afraid to make decisions.
I disagree.
And
Yeah.
in most cases, and this is not from
All right.
an experience,
Okay,
but
Yeah.
I think it's just a general thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Men are meant to provide, and men are meant
That's
to
the
pay for
mentality that
things.
the world-
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
mentality, and
that
that's
they
how they
have.
created.
Yeah, yeah,
But
true.
now
Yeah,
when
true,
I
true.
start making more money, or money rather, and he's not working, like I'm most likely to navigate where my finances need to go. That means I handle
have
most of
to
the
make-
financial decisions,
yeah,
and
good
I might
decisions.
be very respectful, but that man will also
It's going
feel
to
like
touch his ego.
Yeah, it's gonna touch his ego, and he might not say some things so that they happen.
You know
But
what,
the
guys?
thing is-
The economy is bad now. Like, a man can get fired for, like, or anybody can get fired
Yeah,
for
yeah.
whatever reason. And that can happen to the leader or the head of the house. So when that happens, that doesn't mean your man has to, you have to lose respect for your man.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
He's
true,
still
true,
your
true,
man.
true.
He's still the head, right?
Yeah.
Just that this situation happened, and it's not
Yeah.
like he doesn't want to work. He doesn't want to
It's the
have money. He
circumstance.
doesn't want to lead. Just that he doesn't have. He got fired, unfortunately, or he lost
Yeah.
the job.
Again, and
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're not going to be respecting your man, but your man sort of feels like they can't make decisions
Yeah.
because it's not my money. You know what
There's
I
no
mean?
way. There's
And
no way.
now also
No.
navigating the
But the thing
relationship.
I feel
is,
like you
like
are
you know,
making-
like relationships or traditional family values,
Yeah.
they shouldn't be viewed according to how much I earn or how much she earns
Yeah.
or how much he earns.
Yeah.
You know, like it goes back to like tradition. You know, like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who earns what, but if you guys value each other and respect each other,
Yeah.
then you all are
Yeah,
making
yeah.
a family. So it doesn't matter who earns what. Like
Yeah.
I can earn so much than him, but I can still respect him.
Yeah.
And if his ego is not tainted, he can
Yeah.
still be a
Stick
man
around.
and
Yeah, true.
provide and like all
Yeah,
of
some
that.
are just
Yes,
intimidated and they just
so
lay
yeah, we
back.
don't have to like
Yeah.
look at the financial stability of people in order to make a family work.
Yeah.
So there was a time where growing up, I used to like look at people who got named after grandfathers or family members and were like, why was I not named, right? So do you guys think that being named after like your grandparents or family members, like how do you guys view that?
Yeah. My dad always says a name has to just be a name and no definition behind it.
Ha.
I met a wisdom once.
Yes.
And there was no wisdom. I met a forget, and I
Yes.
always forgotten that guy. I feel like some names also just come with the personality and a character. So if I am gonna name you something, you sort of also have that pressure with if I'm success.
Yeah.
I need to be successful, but
Yeah.
life comes with its own
Exactly.
things.
But
if
don't you have honor, like you are named after your great grandfather who was a warrior or something? Imagine being named after Shaka Zulu.
I might inherit, no, guys. I might inherit that. And also, I think with maybe our grandparents,
Yeah.
I always saw this, like, I know in my family, from my mom's side, there's a matume. Like,
Yeah.
almost everyone is named a matume. But,
Yeah.
like, the matume is the same. That's what I'm saying. If you name one person after the other, they're most likely to inherit the same character and the same
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah.
So, to limit that, I wouldn't
Yeah,
really...
I think maybe that one,
go with
guys,
that.
people name, I'll say us black people. I think like once we move to the suburbs,
Yeah.
we want to adapt to that lifestyle. You're not gonna name your kid Matome because that friend of yours from Komerko, she or he named their child Hore. My child
Kinova.
is Sky. My child
Yes.
is Winter. My child is whatever.
Summer.
Yeah, it's summer. Yeah. So Luana, you start liking those names. Yeah, now my kid. When I give birth, I will name my kid Day.
Just to be different, yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the environment that you live in is the one that is gonna help you. Because imagine, guys, if you stay Kokasi and then you name your kid Sky.
Yeah,
Younger people
even
and
the
Shona
pronunciation,
people do it
guys.
a lot.
Yeah. They won't even pronounce his or her name correct.
Correct.
The
True,
way
true,
Luena
true,
o batlang hore ba lebitse ka
pronounce
teng.
it.
So
Yeah.
exactly, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, like the environment that you are staying in is the one that leads you to end up naming your kid the way. It doesn't matter, guys. Let's leave this thing. Yeah, you have to name your kid after your great grand whatever.
But what about Baba Ring Ngwana Walla and Ulela Lina? Like, have you ever heard of that? No? Someone in the audience? You've heard, right? Yeah, like Umtanu Kaleli Gama. You need to name them after the great grandfather. What about that?
I mean, it leads us back to that traditional values and whatever.
Yeah.
If you believe in ancestors and whatever, I mean, maybe they might associate it to, you know what? We went to see someone and that person said, "Hey, you have to name you so," or this child has a problem because Tatemolo High called him from the grave or whatever.
Yeah.
So it goes back to that.
Yeah, so-
I don't know. It's a belief thing,
Yeah.
guys. If you don't believe in those things, they won't affect you that much. That's what I think. Because now I've never lived that kind of life whereby when I'm suffering, I feel like, oh, my glossy days. When I'm not suffering, then
Yeah.
whatever. So it goes by what you think. What you think and believe will happen. Now you're gonna slaughter a cow even though you don't have money.
In as much as, you say, Guti, it doesn't really matter what you name your child. I feel like, every person lives up to the name that they're given.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
For example, she said, Guti, she made a wisdom and,
There was no
Yeah, there was
wisdom.
no wisdom.
I feel like parents, it should be sat down and thought of, you
Yeah.
know. And also, personally, I'm a firm believer, and I feel like you should take out time to pray for these
the
things.
name.
Do you
Yeah,
understand?
true, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, your child is going to live up to what you named them.
Yeah.
Yes,
What
true,
is
yeah.
Sky? What purpose will your child fulfill when your child's name is SKY?
But
Yeah.
the sky is the limit.
About trust,
No,
but
the
they are not
teacher will be able to
Yeah.
call
Okay.
the teacher will be able to call your child. Because
Yeah,
now
we
it's
get
difficult
that.
for the teacher to call your
But
child
it's not
Matome.
about the teacher being
Yeah,
able
it's
to
not.
pronounce. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter because at the end of the day, that child is going to finish school after 12 years.
You know,
Yeah,
see.
true, yeah.
you said something about like parents have to sit down and think about these names.
And
I
pray
mean-
about it.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. What about unexpected pregnancy, guys? It's there. Where do we get time to sit down and pray
I
about
could
this?
have
Oh,
9
okay.
months.
It's 9 months.
It's about
You have 9
miracle, it's
months.
about
Okay,
blessing.
so-
So
okay.
like the mother
Alright.
speaks life to the child.
Okay,
Okay.
remember some of these people, they
Yeah.
get pregnant from the one night stand and whatever, and
Yeah.
then the father doesn't want to be part of the equation, the child and
Bese
whatever.
ngwana
So,
ebe
so now,
neglect.
do you think,
Right?
and now it takes us back to what mental issue. Now you as a mother, you are carrying this little life that is in your stomach,
Yeah.
and then the father doesn't want to be involved.
Ish.
You're not gonna sit yourself down and think, "Ish, I'm gonna call my child Sky," or "I'm
No,
gonna call."
there's definitely
Yeah.
a thought. There's no way a
Yeah.
parent can never
Probably
think
true,
about
yeah.
that.
Yeah, because
so-
eventually, psychologically
Yeah.
and psychologically, yes, it's been
Yes.
proven that women do tend to they fall in love with the child within them because
Yeah.
they are one, first
True,
of all.
yeah.
She's growing something out of her own body with
Yeah.
her organs, with her everything.
Yeah.
So even if, no matter what circumstance that child was brought into this world, that mama will always have that place in her heart to say that this
Yeah.
is my baby.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
they'll-
that's true.
they'll
You
have a
know?
name eventually.
disagree.
They will have a
Exactly.
name.
Yeah, they
Even
Well,
if
I-
it
Yeah,
takes
there's
like
no way.
10
Kiri,
months.
"Hi, ngwana o tswile.
No, guys.
Hey, re tla mmitsa Sean." There's
Guys,
no
come
way.
on,
Yeah.
come on.
There's no way.
What world do you guys live in? I mean, okay, fine.
Okay,
I
you
think
you
you
are
have
not
to
a
say
leader.
it,
say it, yeah.
Okay, it happens. It
Yeah.
happens that way, ne? I don't know. I don't even understand how your body works.
Yeah.
But then, guys, have you never or ever read whereby they say a child was dumped somewhere by the mother?
Oh yes.
How many women do abortion? Why don't you fall in love with your child by the time? It's a lot, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
what I'm saying, Kehori, don't group them together and say, okay, women are like this. Not all of you. Some and some, whatever. Like
Yeah.
that's
No, I'll
that's what I'm
definitely
saying.
generalize. I think even if you were pregnant by mistake, it depends how you were pregnant. I think the people that dump their kids might be through rape. And they think ukuthi lo mntana lo will be a forever reminder ukuthi
I was
ngingahlukunyezwa.
raped.
So
Yeah.
that's not a fact, right?
It is a fact, and it's a
No,
painful
I'm saying
fact.
like no, I know it's a fact. I'm not saying like in all cases, like in everything, like whereby like I mean, you want to tell me like every kid that is dumped by the drain
I was
or whatever?
gonna get
Oh,
there.
okay.
I was gonna get there. But
Okay.
in most instances, it's mostly women who have been abused, and they have actually something happens, and then they do get raped. But after giving birth, they could dump the children because that children can be a reminder for a lifetime. Guti,
Yeah.
this is a child that I got through rape, and it's not that they haven't bonded
Yeah.
and or had maybe not gotten a chance to abort the kid, but
Yeah.
they also thought about the life of.
The
The Bible
child.
Yeah.
talks about you not killing.
Yeah.
So maybe they also didn't want to do that. Think
Yeah.
about that. But
Conviction.
they would give the child to someone else so that they can
Yeah.
raise.
So, like,
you know?
speaking of parents, like, what do you guys think of parents who fight in front of their children?
It's
Yeah.
toxic. Don't do that.
So, do you think like it impacts the
It does.
child like psychologically?
It does.
Nah, honestly, I've never grew up in a mother and a father household, so
Yes.
I don't know. But I can only imagine how can that affect a child,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Can I say how? Because kids observe. One thing
Yes.
about children, bashebili. You will think that your child is just sitting there playing with their toys, minding their own business. Bashebili.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Literally every move that you make, they're watching you. There's this example, just to prove my point of how kids are very much observant. There are these kids at church, right? And they were playing around, like
Yeah.
Iman, for example. So one was like, oh, I'm going to pretend to be like that auntie there who dresses like this. Oh, no, I'm going to be this one's mom
Yeah.
because she's so cool. And I'm going to be that one's dad because, he's buff and what, or
Yes,
the way
yeah.
he carries himself, for
Yes.
example. So if kids witness that in a household, they're going to think, oh, mommy and daddy are doing it. It's probably right.
Yeah.
Because that's why it's very important to train up a child the way it should go. That's what the Bible says even.
Yeah.
Because, excuse me, at the end of the day, what that child displays outside the house is learned from inside.
True.
You think, Uguti, Haibo, but I never taught my child to backchat
Yeah.
to the teacher. Mommy was doing it to dad. So
True.
why is it wrong when I do it? So it's very, very important that you, as parents, especially, be mindful of where you have your arguments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because now it can even escalate to a point where Ubaba, he gets so offended and so provoked,
Yeah.
he lays hands.
Yes.
Now you've created an abuser.
True.
And now it's going to go for generations and
Generation.
generations.
True,
So, no.
No,
it's-
just to add on what you're saying, like how kids are observant of what is happening at home. Another thing, as much as we like parents, I'm not a parent by the
Yeah.
way. Yeah, parent to plants.
Disclaimer.
Yes, I'm a parent to plants. So another thing we have to know that kids also are emotional beings. So even if we as parents, not me, but parents, we can fake it and pretend that everything is fine. Father is abusing the wife and you're trying to hide it. Like the kids can sense
kids
it.
can
They
see
can
it.
still see that. So
And it's very true.
Yeah. So you also need to whatever happens at home affects the child. Regardless of whether we want to hide it or cover it, it still affects the child.
And Otolo
Yeah.
you're trying to hide, especially women, mamas, they try so hard not to, cry in front of their
Yes.
kids. And I've witnessed this, with I won't mention.
Yeah.
She was telling me that her daughter once went to her friend and was like, this is a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, telling her friend that, oh, my daddy doesn't like my mommy because they always fighting.
Oh, that's bad.
Do you,
Yeah.
do you understand?
That's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah.
So
that's
it's a real thing,
Yeah.
guys. It's
Yeah.
a real thing, and I know these people personally, So it just goes to show that it's not things that you only see in the TV,
Yeah,
but
it
it's things
happens in
that
real
actually
life.
happen in real life.
Yeah.
Now your small child, the small child that told the friend, is now gonna go back home and be like, oh, mommy, Mang told me that
Yeah.
at home they're fighting.
Yeah.
Now they're talking about you
Yeah.
in your home.
Yeah.
They're saying, "Kuthi wena."
Yeah.
It just causes a lot of unnecessary drama. Do you
No,
understand?
I get it. I mean, like, we are not supposed to even speak amongst ourselves. Remember that we discussed 4 topics, right?
Yes.
So can you please read them for us so that your questions can be. It doesn't have to be about one topic. You can ask a question about a
Diversify
topic
it.
that we discussed in the beginning. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are the topics that we discussed, Kwaxi?
So firstly, I'm going to tell you all the topics we talked about because we also want you to be a part of this conversation.
Definitely.
Yes, so firstly, we talked about should mental health education be mandatory in schools and why? Secondly, are traditional family values losing relevance in modern society? And do youth need or respect family structures? Thirdly, is it okay to be named after your grandparents or relatives?
Yeah. So
And fourthly is parental control. How do you feel about parents who can't control their affairs in front of their own children?
yeah, great. So if you
Yes.
guys have a question regarding those topics or anything that we spoke about, a comment, anything, you guys can ask any questions. You guys can leave a comment. You can
Like
voice
and
out-
subscribe.
Exactly.
Yes.
Leave a comment and tell us what do you think about the topics that we've discussed.
Yes.
And there are some people who read comments, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go through comments to
And I
see.
told Aguti they had the same question.
Exactly. Probably maybe I said something or you said something that they
Yes.
didn't like or they liked. They want to add on it. They are welcome to comment there. Leave a comment, and other people are going to learn from your experiences.
Please, while we're typing, please also follow the Lifestyle League and subscribe to all the YouTube channels.
Exactly.
Yeah, so from us, it has been a beautiful day discussing thought-provoking topics.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
guys, this was your second episode. What do you guys think about this podcast thingy? Is it something that you guys like, enjoy doing?
Definitely.
I love it.
You know,
Of
it's
course.
enriching
Yeah.
because you
Yes.
also, expatiate on your train of thought.
Yes, yeah.
Like she said, we have provoking thoughts.
Yes.
I could actually take our time to be like, what she said was actually profound. And you might actually want to go and research on what she was saying.
Yes.
And your opinion or your perspective on things might
Yeah.
change or can change.
Yeah.
So it's really enriching because we do learn from each other.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
true. I also love that. Yeah.
No, I'm happy. I'm happy. Adding to that, you know those famous thing you go to. You stole my line.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
But I think also bringing our personal experiences into this just makes it more practical
Relatable,
and
yeah.
relatable to people.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm so happy. Looking forward to more episodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, guys, thank you so much for being part of this episode. Please make sure that you catch another episode when it drops again. So that means you have to, what is it called? The bell or whatever? That
Notification
The
bell.
Yeah, the
notification bell. Yes.
Hit it so that you don't miss out on other episodes that are dropping.
So
Thank
from
you so
us, the Global Youth Talk Show, we signing out. Danke.
Bye.